All right, this is a moment that we've been waiting for. Really not an anticipated moment for you because we didn't alert you of this, but we coming totally organic for the Let Us Become Sharper / TNS podcast special edition. We're coming in on Monday. Normally our show is done on Tuesday, but we got a special edition coming in because we have a special guest that is coming in today for his book. In the book, he said that he is a doctor, but not of medicine. He said, but a doctor of philosophy. This is written in the book, in the text. We're introducing Dr. Corey Holmes. Thank you, my brother. Tell them all about the book. I just want to do one thing because I like to go organic on the show. I want to show this picture. This picture right here. He gave me this picture 20 years ago. Yep, I want to show this. His father was an artist. He mentions that in the book as well, and a photographer. This is one of the art pieces that was given to me by Doc Holmes 20 years ago. I held on to it. It's a lot of stuff that I done lost along the way, but I didn't lose this. So we want to get this particular stuff out the way just to get you brought into the fold of what we got going on here. He's going to introduce the book in his professional manner, the way only that he could do. So I'm gonna turn it over to him, and then we also got my brother.
Name is Jeffrey Seabury.
We got Jeffrey Seabury in the building. This is a beautiful day. We're gonna let Doc take it away. This is his thing.
Thank you, CJ. And it's great to have my brother from another mother sitting right next to me. Those of you who have read the book, Golf, Cigars, and Scotch: Balancing Fatherhood, Friendship, and Fine Living. It's not a memoir because basically I believe I haven't done enough in life yet for it to be cast as a memoir. But what it is a story depicted of my life as a father. I'm an older father, right? I have my son in my 40s. And so this book it really encapsulates us going on a journey throughout the globe together, where he learns different cultures, sees things that, hopefully will help shape his development throughout the coming years. Now, I want to talk a little bit about how the book came to fruition, right? So, as many of you know, I've been a educator, so I taught at NYU and Howard University. I used to work in national security and foreign policy at different agencies. And then also I worked on the Hill. I worked for now Mayor Karen Bass. She used to be Congresswoman Karen Bass on the Africa Subcommittee on Africa, Global Health, Global Human Rights, and International Organizations. And so my passion has always been writing. Whenever I feel off kilter, not centered, I go back to my pen because many times I have so many thoughts in my head that I need to just get out into the world. And so basically that's what this book was. It took me about 3 months to write it. It's available wherever you can get books, in hardback, paperback, Kindle, and hopefully one day the audio book. The
audio's coming. The audio. Yeah. I've been asking for the audio.
Yes.
The audio will be featured. The audio book will be featured at the barbershop to my clients and to anyone else who wants to partake. We're gonna make this book be what it is. I've read it. I got a few little bullet points that we'll go over. It's for all audiences. All audiences.
Absolutely.
But for those who are fathers, we don't want to exclude the mothers, but I'm just talking about specifically for those who are fathers. If you are a father, you will be touched by what you read in this text. it definitely opened up a lot of memories, a lot of experiences for me. Like as the doc say, he's working on his audio, he's getting everything together, but we're rolling out with this podcast, telling you about the book. So I want him to speak to you even more and let you know how he feels about this.
Absolutely. And so just going back to the picture. Wow, you're right, man. I gave you that picture over 20 years
That's
ago.
20 years ago.
Man, my father was everything to me, right? Like, so he worked at Chrysler for 33 years. But in his spare time, he was a photographer. He could draw. He was just a phenomenal human being. He was hard. I remember I first got an earring when I was like 15 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
And I got into a car accident. Right? I still remember this vividly. So I'm on a gurney in the hospital with a broken femur bone. And all I'm telling the doctor is, do not let my father see my ear.
Yeah.
Because
that's the violation here.
If he sees my ear, I'm telling you.
That's the violation.
He's going to drag me off my one good leg out this hospital and beat me with the bone that's broken.
And you know he would have.
Leg, right? And the doctor was flabbergasted, like, dude, you have a broken leg. And sure enough, that was the first time my father saw my earring. I had it for 2 or 3 months. Every time I would go see him, I would have a hat on.
Yeah,
I turn to the side.
We know how to do it.
Man.
We know how to do it.
But it's the discipline that he gave me, right? My father saved my life, right? I was wild, specifically 12th grade, right? I think we were talking a little bit off air.
Yeah, off the cuff.
You know, having to go get it.
Yeah, trying to get there.
And so my mother was like, okay, there's nothing else I can do with you. For whatever reason, it wasn't my grades were terrible because I basically wasn't going. Mm-hmm. So what I would do was I would drop my mother off. She was a teacher. And then I would go get my girlfriend at the time. And then we would go back to what we all affectionately know as 18440.
Yeah, you ain't even going.
The avenue.
Right. She called my father. He didn't say anything. Next thing I know, he was at my door. Man, so it was a complete dichotomy of experiences, right? So where I had all the freedom in the world with my mother, I'm in the 12th grade, and I had to be in the house at 3:00. Mm-hmm. There was no car privileges. Mm-hmm. He made me take the bus.
Yeah,
he put in the 12th grade.
Put that tight structure on you.
Right, in the 12th grade.
That tight structure.
I never got back on the dean's list so quick in my life, right? But that saved my life, man. And so many sons don't have that, right? And so really what this book is about, truthfully, man, it's about letting men know that you have a community out here, right? I don't like talking on the phone.
Yeah.
He's the one person I talk to on the phone.
Absolutely.
I hate talking on the phone. He was my therapist before I had a real therapist.
Absolutely.
Right? Because as
for
men
many
in general,
for
but
many.
Specifically black men, we need to know that we all have the same issues, man.
Yeah. Speak
right?
to
We're
it.
going through the same problems.
Yeah, speak to
right?
it.
It might be on different levels. It might be in different spaces. But if you have a wife, we all going through some of those issues. If you have children, we're all going through some of these issues.
That's right.
You have a job that you're trying to scale to. We're all going through those same things, right? You have family that always needs something from you. We are all going through these same issues. And so, you know, the book mixes humor, nuances. I love golf. I started playing golf during COVID. Right. Crazy because my godfather was a scratch golfer, but you know, in the 80s, I liked Payne Stewart, but it's like, it's golf. I was a baseball guy. And then when I had a Tubbies in Detroit, they had this golf tournament, and my cousin and I, we actually had to borrow somebody else's clubs because we had never golfed before, right? And so we were playing this foursome at this beautiful golf course, like in Shelby Township somewhere. It was far. And I think I was playing with some of my vendors So I mean, we sucked. But I actually did sink the first putt on the first hole. After that, it was over.
Yeah.
The day was bad from there. But they actually paid money, and so they were pissed. But they couldn't cuss me out because they're my vendors, right? So they're looking at my cousin like, man, y'all suck. We paid $200 to get in this golf tournament. But man, golf is it's a pleasure and a pain all at the same time.
All at the same time.
But it's also therapeutic, right?
A lot of lessons in there.
Absolutely.
A lot of lessons up in there. A lot of lessons up in there. Let's segue to one of those lessons. So we're sitting here listening to the words of the doctor. You know, first of all, let's not speed. Let's slow down. Let's slow it way down. You know, this is the Let Us Become Sharper /TNS podcast. Let's slow it way down. I said doctor, black man, doctor, our partner. So we giving honor to that. We respecting that. Let's you know, in this moment, you may not know what I'm talking about. You may or may not. Black doctor, young bruh, and you part of the fold. We ain't looking up to nobody. You right here with us. When we give our toast, now we got Scotch now. You know, Scotch, golf, cigars. In the shop, I bring that shop culture. Scotch ain't really the one. But whatever the drink is, normally it's the yak, normally it's the tequila. But if a toast is made, we make the toast. Not above you, not below you, but right here side by side with you. You click the glasses. We got the doctor right here side by side with us. He done wrote a book. Do you understand what that means? I'm gonna help you understand what that means. We'll segue to golf, as he was speaking about golf. He has a chapter. It's actually a chapter. The putter. He's speaking about the putter. We are from those environments. We understand the experience. We understand the environments. We get it. But in some of these instances and cases, especially in fatherhood, we can, as he would say in the book, I read the book, the rod. He spoke about the rod. But in this case, the putter is the gentle way to go. As in golf, that's your little junior. You just softly. You get a lot done with your putter.
Soft taps.
The soft tap.
Soft tap.
Soft taps. And that was one of the approaches that he brought to, I love the way that he blended golf into parenting. Blended these two elements and put them together. It's pure genius. And he was speaking about how you have to have that soft approach in fatherhood. Because we can be scary. It doesn't matter if I'm this tall. Father's scary. That's why they run to mama. Mama can be scary too, but not like pops. Now, the man just told you got a broken femur. And he worried about an earring. So you already know how scary pops had to be. So we want to have him just elaborate a little bit more as the author on the putter, the soft touch and the soft approach to parenting. Give us a little bit more on that.
Absolutely. So I make the comparison of golf is a very arduous, very challenging game where you have drivers, which are big-headed clubs.
Mm-hmm.
You have wedges, which are smaller clubs. You have your hybrids. And then you have that putter to finish it off.
You got that putter.
Now, it's crazy that you mentioned this because 2 weeks ago, Evan and I, so where we live in Santo Domingo, we have like this little 9-hole putter course, right? Mm-hmm. So he's already on his second
I'm loving that.
set of clubs, right? He still wants to hit the ball too hard. But we have a routine. It's look at the ball, look at the hole, look at the ball, look at the hole, take a breath, tap.
Yeah.
Right? So we're starting to learn how to judge distances as well.
Yeah, all that force ain't needed. Come on, Evan.
No.
We don't need all that force, man.
You juxtapose that with the umpteen times he might do something in the day.
Right.
Specifically, when I'm trying to work, right? Because I work from home, right? So I might be trying to write a piece or whatever, and he's calling my daddy, right? I try not to yell, but he knows, Evan, when I'm working, when you see me at this table,
Yeah.
when you see headphones on my ears,
Yeah.
you see a pen in my hand, or you just hear the keyboard doing this.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to relax, and I need you to go figure it out.
Yeah, I need you to understand that.
Right? You're tall enough to go in the refrigerator to get whatever you want.
Uh-huh.
You can go in the pantry and get whatever's in the pantry that you want, right? You know how to turn on your shows. You have tablets, you have trains.
Mm-hmm.
When you see daddy at this desk,
For sure.
I need that time and space to work. So hopefully I can continue to provide these worldly experiences, his mother and I, right? These worldly experiences, right? And so I go back to my putter like, okay, Evan, if I yell at him, here's what I found out with my son, right? So this dude has thick hands, right? Like, and we were talking in the back. I used to thump my son as well, right? Yeah. Now it's truly the voice, man. It's like my voice.
Like we would,
and he'll put his head down. I always say, lift your head up. We're not putting our heads down.
Yeah.
But you know, you just have to have that balance, man. Right? Like it's the carrot and the stick approach, right? I oftentimes use psychology with my son now, right? You dangle the carrot, but knowing that stick is only a few short feet or a short distance away. And so, yeah.
You know, a lot of parenting does essentially boil down to, are you smarter than a 5-year-old?
Yeah.
Are you smarter than a teenager?
Who's the adult here?
Can you handle a 17-year-old?
Who's the adult here?
What you're gonna do with a 10-year-old? What can you outthink them?
Yeah.
You know, a lot of parents get frustrated.
He's taking a velvet glove and saying, listen, Evan, when you see any of these scenarios, these are the skill set. This is what you have to your advantage. You can do this for yourself. You can do this for yourself. But I need this. That's a soft approach, and like we said outside, burying the Cro-Magnon way of, I can just go ahead on this pop you and get you on up. Okay, I understand that. I get that part. But what I want to say now is you're teaching him how to talk his problems out. So as we had to learn, everything ain't got to be this physical or this over the top thing. So I really, really appreciated, you know, when I delved into the book, I really appreciated the putter. I liken it to a velvet glove because you gotta, you know, the iron fist and then the velvet glove. We don't always got to use that iron fist. Sometimes we can put that velvet glove, that gentle touch, and just you know, that little itty bitty pool stick, that little junior. You know, you got to get that boy in there. We saw our uncles and our pops do it. You know, just him. Sometimes you use that, and that was really, really intricate the way that you implemented that logic into the text. So what we want to do is we want to go to Scotch. Now, I'm going to ask the doc a question because he really, really said something profound in his writing in the book when he spoke about Scotch. And one of the things that really, really just grabbed me and pulled me into the text is when he stated about, he was saying about with Scotch, bad things. You know, I wrote it down. Bad things become less straining and turn actually honorable. When we sharing this Scotch, when we enjoying this fine blended Scotch and what he drinking ain't what I'm drinking. He only live for one. Let's become sharper. He only lives, so don't try it. You know, he's worldly, he's drinking, but he said bad things that become less staining is the word that he used. Staining. And become actually as a badge of honor. Ain't that amazing? We've experienced it. We're over libations. We can actually take blunders or things that we're not so proud of, or maybe things that are maybe unsightly, And when we in that moment, when we can be, it's very, very rare that we can be vulnerable. Very, very, very rare moment when we can be show any kind of vulnerability. But that whatever incremental vulnerability that we do show over Scotch or over libations, we can actually make those things honorable. Now, before you see Barry, he's gonna go there. But what we got for that?
I think it's real important, man, because the libations foster acceptance.
Yes.
If the blunder is mine, I still want to be accepted despite my flaws.
Exactly.
We sip on it. Y'all say, hey, it's not. I've done this. You've done that. We've all done.
But
it's not as bad as I say.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as I think.
And life itself ain't as bad as we making it.
Is.
So let's just go ahead on like he said in the book, the undercurrent of laughter. You got to be able to laugh about this stuff. That was very, very key in the text when he was talking about laughter. It all shake down to humor. If we can find humor in any of this, if I'm not able to laugh at them, if I'm really taking this serious, I'm tearing myself up. So that laughter, that humor is a bed, is an environment where we can always rely on when things go awry. But back to that Scotch, he said that because that was that. I want to speak about that because that right there, when he already integrated golf, then he integrated Scotch into his game. Like, okay, things that are bad, they can be honorable. You can show honor in things that you're not so proud of. Touch that for a minute.
Yeah, absolutely. So at this point, my family, we live in a very secluded community. And so with that being said, I'm an extrovert, right? And so sometimes I feel the walls closing in. And so I sought out community. Right? Through cigars. And whether it's wine, whether it's Scotch, whether it's cognac,
right, for sure,
whether it's beer, whatever, sparkling water. Let's find spaces where we can converse and build. Right. And so what we did in Santo Domingo was once a month, we would go to Fuente Club, which is Arturo Fuente is a world-renowned cigar manufacturer. He has a club down in downtown Santo Domingo. And we would all just talk about life over steaks, Scotch, and cigars, right? Because for me, you can't have one without the other, right? Some people just.
I'm ready right now.
That's it.
Right? Some people just, some people, smoke cigars with coffee, but for me, I have to have a cool single malt with my cigar. I just do. And so. In the book, you heard me say liquid gold, which is basically that's the Moet Ice Imperial. So that's the white bottle. I call that liquid gold. Never liked champagne,
but that
but that one it's sweet.
That Moet
and I
Imperial.
think the ice infuses it, right?
Yeah.
And so the nectar's not bad either, but I really do like the Moet Ice Imperial. But Scotch just brings men together. Look, man, this might be a unpopular opinion, but this is where men can be men. And you still have to have a space where men can be men to have those tough conversations, right? To not always be so politically correct. To be honest with one another, as long as you're doing it respectful. You should be able to have these hard conversations. Be held accountable. Like, some people held me accountable today. And you can do one of two things, right? You can shun it off and say, or you can say, hey, yeah, that was my bad. My fault. I'll take accountability for that. That was me. I'll correct that mistake.
Yeah.
And what better way to do that than over a glass of Octomore?
Knowing that you got that safe space, knowing that we good here. We walking away from here, we sweet. It's just this is what it was. Yeah. So that actually grabbed me when I read that, because I said, okay, because me personally, I've been penalized and been in so many scenarios where, we always the bad guy. Hate to say that, but in a lot of cases, we be the bad guy when we wasn't the bad guy. How do I work through that? And having a voice when we can bond amongst like-minded people is just all the more powerful to create that energy that we need to come back and face another day of this. So I definitely like that. I pulled that out. I extracted that from the text. It's something that really grabbed me. And I want the doc to talk a little bit more. We're really rolling right now. We're cooking with propane now. I want to get a rundown, cigars. If you are cigar aficionado, amateur, does not matter. The doctor is running down some major league sticks in the text. He dropping names of cigars that I ain't heard of because he's in another region, because he's on another level. So we're becoming sharper in that right by learning. I want to ask, of all the cigars that you've experienced, I know you didn't been around. I've been around a little bit. I know a little something. What's your favorite? I had to hit you with that blockbuster because everything else we're gonna leave. First of all, we're gonna put all the links up, but we're gonna leave. We didn't give you enough sauce. You understand what this is about. Now you know something. Get down with this. Understand this. We want you to also, let's say the audio is coming. We want you to read this book. We want you to understand that you don't got to go across town or across the pond to find that real feel. We got it right here for you. So we want to come in and get an understanding of what's your favorites. I don't even mind speaking it on the podcast. I know they ain't gave us no check.
Yeah.
I know they ain't gave us no check. I'm aware. I know they ain't gave us no check, but this is a special day. So just for today, we gonna speak y'all name. Tell us your favorite.
Well, I'm a Drew diplomat, man. Right. So, Drew Estate Cigars. It was started by Marv Samuel and JD Drew.
Okay.
I've been to Esteli, to their cigar manufacturing company in Nicaragua. So it's definitely either the Liga Privada number 9, the T52, the H99, the Pharaoh Pig, Pappy Van Winkle. So it's actually curated in Kentucky, but it's distributed by Drew Estate. So, and that's basically a Maduro and a Connecticut blend. With some folks that call it two-tone cigar. That's a really good cigar. So yes, those. But because I do live where I live, and I've met him, and I love him. That Opus X, the Rare Pink from Fuente is amazing. It's one of the few.
You spoke about that.
Connecticut, because it's one of the few.
You named that one in the book.
I'm a heavy cigar smoker, right? So the Connecticut blend is mild.
Mm-hmm.
But for some reason, I don't know if it's because of the shape of the cigar or just because Fuente is top tier. I love that Rare Pink. And I love going there every Wednesday. So I go there with some local folks every Wednesday, right? I'm trying to understand they're learning English and I'm learning Spanish, so we're learning from each other at the same time.
Try it off.
Over cigars and Scotch.
Once again, having a safe space where need I say a platform where once we set the stage, how can we not learn from one another? So that's just the beautiful thing. Like I said, I didn't mind just today because it's a special day. The whole day been special, from having the doctor come fly in, from the book, from having Seaberry right here, from the picture, from doing the podcast on Monday versus Tuesday. We're going to do tomorrow. We're going to the cigar bar actually. We'll be at Birds Cigar Bar,
Yes.
Birds Cigar Lounge. We'll be there tomorrow. So all this was to be considered special. So we're gonna speak about what we really like right now. We would love for y'all to be on board with us, but we just speaking on it. My brand is so I'm going with I don't even want to mention nothing that I got going on that the Dr. does what he do.
You named them all.
He named it.
Named
Listen,
them
he dropped that Highland Park 18 all through that boy. I'm like, okay, learning something. That Highland Park 18, number 18, he got that all through that. So he's really expressing, like I told him out there in the lobby, it's your book. I mean, you're learning. If you're already up on it, you can relate to it. And if you don't know anything about it, some people will say, I've never heard anything. Well, this is his life. So he's laying his life down in text and giving you more so fatherhood, parenthood, just in general, and actual life, man. We're trying to get that balance, man, because it's so hard to do. These are little platforms where we go to when we need that type of standard or that type of platform to hold us down. Because I'll be about to fall apart some days. I ain't gonna lie to you. And he knew daddy, so knew daddy anything on the 10. So
Absolutely.
you knew daddy. So
Absolutely.
I definitely know what you're going through.
Absolutely.
I definitely know all about that. So yeah, so I'm gonna go. I'm really, really liking the man, I like the Rocky Patel Emerald. I like that boy right there.
I used to smoke Rocky. I used to smoke the 15 years.
Yeah. I like Rocky Patel Emerald. Like I say, I'm on right now. Just I'm gonna be honest and tell the truth, Shane. The devil. I'm on the Rocky Patel Conviction. That's $100 stick. So I'm on that. Yeah, I know a little something. We know a little something. So once again, tomorrow at Birds Cigar Lounge, we gonna exchange. I'm going with the intent to learn something. Let's take away the shame of learning something from my brother. Let's take the shame out of it. As he says, we can make a thing that was unsightly. Let's make it honorable. So that's what I want to do. So I want to learn from Doc Holmes tomorrow when I come down and show me some things. I'm a Rocky guy. I'm everything that's at Casa basically. You go in there, but he's worldly. So he's gonna show me just a few extra things. He ain't gotta be ashamed. You gotta be bashful about it. That's who you are, bro. You know what you know. So that's why we're here today. We're here for the doctor. Make no mistake. We're here for Dr. Corey Holmes today. So yeah, I'm loving the show, man. We done plugged the book. We done put it out there. The message has been made clear. I wanted to make sure that the message was clear. What we want you to do. We want you to support the book. That's what we want you to do on this podcast. After the edit, when you see it, we've held the book up short. I'm going to put the book right in frame. And I'm going to leave it there so you can see it. Stop trying to not see it.
Putting that QR code up.
And we're putting the QR code as well. Okay, so we're going to have the QR code, the link. We're going to have everything where you can get to this. This is premium. This is real spiel. I've experienced it for myself. I'm telling you from one who has experienced. I read it. It's real spiel. The world of parenting, golf, cigars, and Scotch. And Scotch can be anything to you. Scotch is metaphor, but it can be Scotch. He made that very clear that it's metaphor. Absolutely. So it's a treat. It's always a treat when the players meet. I want to come in with the podcast, the normal do that I do. All cash is verified. We're thanking all of our supporters. Any of you cigar companies out there that want to be highlighted, we always be thankful for your support. All cash is verified. Any cash coming in or any cash going out is verified to support the show. We from Detroit. We from the D, so we gonna say respect my show. For everybody out there with them Buffys on, everybody with them big glasses on, you know how Detroit roll, them big lions, them big Buffys, them big watches. You know how Detroit get down. Let me take it there. Just watch me cook. We talking about the hospitality program. Hospitality program is my lane. We coming in hospitality. I am a 32-year barber, and a lot of time promotion and marketing has went to barbering, promoting the shop, promoting cuts. You know, there are a lot of barbers with cut apps. They have apps. They have appointment apps, booking apps for their services, and you could go online. Never more so than today have you seen such a plethora of virtual and online. You can just go and see the work. You can get 3D. You can see. Back in my day, it was word of mouth and flyers and business cards and hair books. But now you can actually reach out and see the work on your phone, on the internet. We got Instagram, we got Facebook, but I do want to say this. Work and service is not what makes us as barbers, stylists, and entrepreneurs. Our service is not what comprises us. That's why AI and the computer can never take over the industry, because my number one sale is hospitality. The reason why they come back and back and back and back again is for the hospitality. I am a master of hospitality. I'm a master of humility. So we promote that now with the hospitality program. What that is taking a version of the shop and presenting it to you, the public. You can now experience the hospitality aspect of the barbershop set business. This is an industry that I'm pioneering, preying on, and actually doing the initial leg work to get this industry off the ground. There are experiences when you go to Benihana. You don't just go for the food. If you went to Benihana and they didn't do the tricks, you would feel that you didn't get your money's worth. When you go to the barbershop, if there's sports talk, we can take the cuts away and you still want the sports talk. So that's what the hospitality experience is. I'm bottling and selling the experience of what made me successful, why I have a podcast, why we're here today. This is why the doctor associate with me. This is why Seabury associate with me. There's an aspect of me, there's an element that we provide for the hospitality program. That's what we're putting here on the podcast today, alongside of this wonderful masterpiece that Doc Holmes has now presented to us and presented ultimately to the world. We want to talk about Thursday Night Society, raffle exchange. That's just a new industry as well. What we're doing is we're taking raffled items and we're raffling them up on Thursday night. But the exchange aspect is coming in saying, if you don't win, keep your ticket, because we're going to have experiences that you're still privy to when you support us. So we're going above and beyond to bring new, fresh innovation right to your doorstep. We're bringing it right to you. And part of that is that book. We thank you. Let me be the first one to thank you for
Appreciate it, my brother.
To thank you for coming. Powerful. Powerful is the word I say. He came with heat. He came with a book. Now support it. Support him. I'm not here to be nice about it. I want you to get out there and support it. Get behind this movement. All right. So we about to wrap it up here. I want a cigar now. I want some scotch now. I want these items now. So that's what I say. So yeah, when we come on the podcast, you did great. They got the point. I'm gonna take the picture, put that back up, but I wanted you to see that. That's all part of it. Yeah, that's all part of the thing.
I was touching.
Yeah, I'm gonna put that. That's going back in the sleeve. I just had to bring just for the show, just to do. But that's what I say. So we having a good time here. The main topic was the book. This is one of the few podcasts that we did where I didn't give them trivia. Normally we do trivia on the show, but I believe that, I'm one who believes in living in the moment. I want to let this moment resonate. I want to live in this moment of pride for me, especially it was very pride for me to live in this moment and highlight just the book. We want you to get it, and we want you to continue to follow us and follow our movement and support us. So we about to get out of here. We're going to roll. We gave you what we got. All of the additional information, QR codes, links that you will need will be provided. Until the next time, let us become sharper.